The Cabal legions, as numerous as they are, make up the entirety of the Cabal Empire's military might. It's not clearly defined as to how many legions are under the control of the Cabal Empire, but with the statement given by Veles Tulu'um, it's made obvious that despite the vast numbers already encountered, the Cabal in the Sol system are but just an arm of the Empire. Amongst the Empire's legions encountered so far are the Blind Legion. The Blind Legion is an elite detachment of the Cabal Empire, tasked with the acquisition of Vex artifacts. Due to their role's heavy involvement in the learning and understanding of the Vex, the Legion can be considered crucial in the Empire's war against the Vex. Led by the Primus Shah Owl, the Cabal's heavily fortified firebase Rubicon became the battlefield that would lead to the Guardians to charging Zydron, Gatelord's Eye, in order to gain access to the Black Gardens. The Sand Eaters were at one point the largest Cabal Legion on Mars, until the arrival of the Red Legion. Fighting against the Vex, the Legion is known to have a weaker military prowess compared to other Cabal Legions, but makes up for it with overwhelming resolve. Elite veterans of the Sand Eaters would be reassigned to the Dust Giants. Serving as shock troopers, both mobile and aggressive, Dust Giants would be deployed to reinforce crucial front lines during major Vex offensives. Despite their relations with the Sand Eaters, connections to other Cabal legions seem to exist, as Veles Ta'aur, a member of the Dust Giants, commanded the Siege Dancers, until his assassinations at the hands of Guardians aboard the Imperial land tank Cerberus Vey 3. Based on observations, the Siege Dancers are a subdivision of a subdivision, being the elites of the elite Dust Giants. Acting as stormtroopers to secure new fortifications, they are entrusted with more operational freedom compared to other Cabal legions or units. Ice Reapers. One of the smallest detachments of Cabal units, the Ice Reapers are not known for their numbers, rather their overwhelming prowess. Encounters with Ice Reapers have also brought forth engagements with squads of Scion Flayers, along with several Operants, with speculations that they were responsible for the repositioning of Phobos over Mars. Initially only encountered as bodyguards to high-value commanders, the Skyburners were considered the elites who were sent to either protect high-value targets or to secure high-value objectives. This was shown when a contingent of Skyburners reinforced the Ice Reapers during the hunt for Rasputin, the Warmind. They have also been known to be personal bodyguards to the Valises of the Skyburners. However, in most cases, when things go south, they would suffer total casualties. Whether or not this is due to their determination to fight till their dying breath or not remains to be seen. After the defeat of their Primus Ta'aun at the hands of the Taken King, the Skyburners were personally ordered by the Emperor to kill Oryx. They initiated their assault by crashing their warship into the hull of Oryx's dreadnought, but were caught in a long drawn-out battle of attrition against the Hive. However, despite all odds, the Skyburners did survive until the arrival of Gaul and the Red Legion, with their survival being seen as sufficient victory. The Red Legion, seemingly one of the largest of the Cabal legions encountered so far, is an elite Cabal legion, once led by the Emperor Dominus Gaul. Though not much has been revealed about the Red Legion before Dominus Gaul took control, it has been shown that it was Emperor Callus himself that personally appointed Gaul as Primus to the Red Legion. With the legion's growing loyalty towards Gaul and with the influence of the Praetorate, Gaul would then proceed to launch a successful coup against the emperor,
Yamete, Oni-san!
exiling Callus aboard the Leviathan.
Yeah.
Gaul would then lead the Red Legion on a campaign, conquering hundreds of worlds, utilizing another Cabal superweapon, the Almighty. The Red Legion were only directed towards the solar system after receiving a distress call from the Skyburners Legion. Their might was shown on full display during the attack on the last city, taking down the tower and even suppressing the Traveler's Light with another Cabal superweapon known only as the Traveler's Cage. After taking down the last city, the Legion was quick to occupy the rest of the solar system, launching a massive excavation campaign on Nessus to dig up Vex artifacts, attempting to drain Io of its light influence, breaking the stalemate on Mars, destroying the Vex Virgo prohibition once and for all, and closing the gates to the Black Garden, and lastly, the destruction of the Titan Sunbreaker Order on Mercury. Wow, that's a lot. However, following the demise of Dominus Gaul, the Legion is all but scattered across the system. Though multiple attempts have been made by their lower-ranked leadership, it has all but failed, either due to a lack of a united front or through the intervention of the Guardians. Despite their crushing defeat and repeated attempts at a regroup, the Cabal aren't short of ideas on flashy tactics. First, utilizing the sundial in an attempt to change history, followed by a last-ditch effort to crash the Almighty into Earth itself to wipe out the Guardians.
Remember
It's unknown as to what would become of the Red Legion at this point, as they would either choose to assimilate with Callus's Loyalist legions, or perhaps approach Cabal, the heir apparent to the Cabal throne, who seeks to raise the mighty legions once more. The Loyalists, despite not formally recognized as a legion due to Callus's status as an exiled former emperor, are a mighty faction, with a formidable amount of soldiers, and the Leviathan, a planet-eating starship with immensely powerful onboard weaponry. The Loyalists are in no way a minuscule threat to the last city. History of Callus's exile has been told, where Dominus Gaul, along with several of Callus's closest friends and family, planned a successful coup. However, with Callus's popularity proving too significant for them to simply execute him, they instead exiled him, along with a number of his loyal followers, aboard the Leviathan, locking them up in the menagerie and setting a course for uncharted space, far away from the Cabal Empire. This, however, did not stop the Loyalists, as the Leviathan soon encountered utter nothingness. Having reached the edge of seeming existence, Callus stared into the void, having come to the understanding that darkness is inevitable. Now, whether he had actually encountered the darkness or a different being altogether remains a mystery. What is known, however, is that this gave him renewed resolve, though in a seemingly fanatical way. Callus then went on with the sole intent of heralding the oncoming darkness, for the sole purpose of watching it consume the light of the universe. Along the way, Callus would come across and recruit various Cabal and alien races alike, strengthening his numbers. The Loyalist numbers would eventually see a spike in recruitment from remnants of the Red Legion, after Gaul's demise. What is most fearful of Callus is his utilization of not only the standard Cabal military forces, but also elite beings, regardless of age, race, or gender, known as Shadows. Those deemed capable would be recruited or offered the chance to serve Callus as his shadow. The capabilities of each Shadows were seen when they were able to eliminate nearly all those who were responsible for his exile. However, most, if not all of his Shadows had failed and were eliminated once the hit list reached Cabal, Umun Arath, Odzol, the Consul, and Gaul himself, though the latter two had since met their end by the end of the Red War.
Double kill.
Despite several setbacks, Callus and his Loyalist legions have since remained on somewhat neutral terms with the last city, going as far as offering a Shadow's role to the Guardian. The Loyalists have since remained a somewhat passive faction, with Callus still seemingly determined to recruit the Guardian as a Shadow. However, it's wise for us not to disregard them as a threat, since there's no discernible way that we could measure the full strength or keep track of just how big the Loyalist legions have grown. Based on documented history, soldiers of the Broken Legion were exiled, branded as a traitor legion due to the massacre of their own commanding superiors. They then made their way to attack the Reef, but without the support of the Empire, they were instead defeated and imprisoned in the Prison of Elders. However, it was later revealed that the Legion was, in fact, a Trojan horse, planted by the Red Legion, left to wait for a challenge to arrive. Whatever the case may be, with the various legions still loose in the Sol system, we cannot afford to let our guard down, lest we go through another war against a race capable of suppressing even the light. However, not all is lost. Despite the various attempts at taking over, we've always found a way to survive and fight back. Thank you.